Hey, Aaron Rabinowitz here, and I've been talking on Twitter a lot about how I've been coding some plugins for After Effects for Premiere Pro, and I even just started doing some audio plugins this weekend, and I want to just kind of share with you what this plugin looks like and then kind of explain how I made it. So essentially, I have this plugin that does kind of a reverse reverb, which is something that they used in the movie Poltergeist. And it's one of the girls in the television, and then she's calling out to her parents, and the sound kind of has this reverse sort of reverb where the audio is going into the words itself rather than coming out of them. And the way that they handled this was that they reversed the original audio, added a reverb, and then reversed the entire thing so that the reverberation, that echo, kind of comes at the beginning instead of the end, and it goes into the words. So just so you can hear, this is what it sounds like without it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And when I turn this on, this is what it sounds like now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, it's not a perfectly working real-time playback plugin because it's doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's just not something that most DAWs can do. It's basically playing, like I said, taking the audio, reversing it, adding echo, then reversing it again. It can slow things down, but when you export, it will sound the way it should. Now, this plugin I created added imagery, and then there's presets that I've added. So if you have like piano, so for example, I could just take some piano music here. I'll just drop that in right there. So like before, the audio is now sort of playing in the wrong direction as far as the echo goes, and that's how this effect works. Now here's the thing. I don't really know how to code. I mean, that's not strictly speaking true. Obviously, working in After Effects for this long, I know how to use object-oriented languages like Java and whatnot, and I even used that to build plugins for Red Giant when I was working there. But this requires a whole other level of programming, C++, and the kinds of plugins I'm building now for After Effects and Premiere Pro. Again, C++, we're trying to do stuff with CUDA and the, and the GPU acceleration, and it's not something that can be easily built through Java. These are tools that need real coding, and I don't know how to do that. But what I do have is an app that a friend of mine created, and he just made it for himself that lets him use his phone to communicate with an instance of Claude and VS Code, it's Microsoft's like coding system, on another PC that I've got here at the office. And I basically, I'm in bed, and I have an idea. I'm like, hey, like last night I had this idea before bed. I would love to make this reverb. I was like, I hadn't thought of doing audio plugins. And I said, what if I wanted to do this? I asked Claude, I was like, can I make this kind of plugin? Can you do audio plugins? He said, yeah. And then I got in there and I just said, okay, here's how this plugin works. I explained the reversal and the echo and then the reversal again. And it's like, yeah, no problem. And it built me this. And this morning I came in and I started testing it. It took just a few minutes to get it set up and then get this visual in there. It was like really nothing. And how did I do this again? So my friend built this thing called Mobile Vibe. You can get it at the App Store, and it allows you to connect. Basically, you're using your phone, and really your phone is just a way to connect to the website, which is here. This is what this looks like. So it's a wrapper for the website, and you just go in there and you talk to it. Go to the website mobilevibe.com. You can learn all about it here and download, get the downloads for it because you'll need to also install something on your Windows machine. And then once you got that installed, you've got VS Code, you've got the Claude plugin in, and you've got this app installed. That's it. It doesn't take long. And then you can start having a conversation from your phone with Claude, and it will just start building stuff for you. And I go all the way back up here and just see how this started. I told it I wanted to build a reverse echo thing, and then it said, okay, well, here's what we've got to do, and explain to me what we're going to do. And I told it, hey, I don't know how to code, so we're going to vibe code this thing. And it's like, yep, no problem. And then it kicked everything off, and it made it all happen. And, this is just a back and forth dialogue between me and the thing. And a lot of it does on its own. It kind of has an auto approve. So anything it doesn't need a human being to interact with that it can do itself, it'll do. And yeah, then it's just like a conversation of telling it what I want. And then once it's ready, I test it. And if I don't like something, I kind of tell it, hey, I don't like this. Or if I want to add a new feature, like, hey, what if I wanted to add a chorus where it doubled the voices? I could just say, hey, can we do that? And let's just quickly type that in. So now I'm ready to ask the question, could we also add a chorus effect where we would double the voice? I told it not to take action yet. Tell me how it would work, just so we can see how that interaction looks. And I'm just come down to the bottom here. And again, this on your phone, it would look very similar, just more compressed to the side. Now it's thinking about it, and it says, that would be at a chorus doubler. It's trying to make sense out of it. And then it tells me what kind of parameters we'd need. if we wanted to add anything, and what it might sound like. It even describes that to me. And it explains that Juice has a built-in chorus processor that handles all of this, so it would be very simple to do and make it happen. And that's kind of what this process is like. It's just like having a conversation and telling it what you want. So that's pretty much how it works. I don't get paid to tell you to check this out. It's just a friend of mine made this, and I've been using it nonstop for the last couple of months to build some cool stuff that I'm going to release. And I hope you guys find some cool stuff to make with it. That's it. Thanks for watching.